So you might have heard the story. There's a pottery class, teacher splits the class in two. Half the class just has to focus on quantity and make as many pots as possible. The other half of the class just has to make one pot, but one perfect pot. They're gonna be judged on quality, quantity versus quality. And assuming you've heard this before, or you kind of guess where this goes, it turns out the class that just had to do quantity and make as many pots as possible made the better pots. The pottery story, which kind of first appeared in the book Art and Fear, which I first heard about listening to Robert Rodriguez's commentary. I think it was on El Mariachi way back in high school.
You're not going to learn from just watching movies. You'll learn some things. You'll learn more picking up a camera by making your own films, your own mistakes.
There's actually a similar story in the book James Clear's Atomic Habits, but instead of pottery, it is photography. And it turns out the photography story is actually the true story from a university professor at University of Florida. The photography one kind of doesn't make as much sense to me though, because how do you judge a perfect photo, whereas a perfect pot, not knowing anything about pottery, seems a little bit easier. Anyways, the reason they altered it was to highlight that in all creative fields, the same thing applies. Quantity wins out over quality. Just putting things out, the act of putting things out and learning from them in the end produces better quality results. So that's what this video is about. I have been putting out videos, but I've not been putting out as many videos as I would have liked. I have a bunch of ideas. They have not been coming to fruition because I have this like quality hurdle of like, well, I gotta set up this thing up, I gotta do this shot, I gotta write this script, I gotta set up the teleprompter. And then in the end, other things take place. The amount of work to make the film builds up in my head, and then I don't make the film. So that's what this is about. For the rest of this month, June, I'm gonna put out a film a day, keep it simple, and focus on quantity, not over quality, because there's still gonna be quality films, but focus on quantity and put out more stuff. So that's what this is. More films coming out, more videos coming out, that are also quality. Stay tuned.